Good morning, y'all. What's up? It's your girl Riri. Just coming to kick it with y'all just for a second. Um, I was just kind of moved this morning to kind of speak about self love. I know we are in a very weird time in life, and I also am aware that a lot of us are hurting. A lot of us are in pain. The world is in pain. We are in pain. Um, and so it's just a time for us to come together and love on each other and be kind to one another. You see somebody at the store, say hello, smile, open the door, give a compliment. I mean, hey, y'all act like that stuff gonna kill you. When I do it, they be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what's wrong with her? It's okay. We still kill with love and kindness. That is what my channel is about. Love, flat out, period. Love, and killing with kindness. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're human. Of course, we get tested, right? But ultimately, you know what I'm saying? I don't give them what they give me. You know what I'm saying? I vibrate too high. My frequency is too high to even entertain the bull, right? Um, but I do just want to drop the word about relationships. I know, like I said, we are hurting. We are in a time where, you know, we're in pain, right? We're trying to deal with traumas, and dealing with them, and we really don't have anyone to look to. Love and hip hop. Shout out to Mona Scott. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying. That's what we have to look to. And I'll be honest, some of that stuff on reality shows is helpful if you're watching it with a profound eye, which I do if I'm going to watch it. So that stuff is helpful. It helps us to see people that look like us, that are going through similar things and kind of how to work through that, right? But ultimately, we don't have any leaders. We don't have people to turn to when our homes and our households do get toxic, or it does get, does get unhealthy. So we turn to the bottle, or we turn to other stuff, or sex, or whatever it is. We all do it. I've done it. But the key is breaking the cycle. So I just want to let it be known to you guys that it's levels to this, right? So you have to love God first, okay? And I am not a religious person, okay? I want to make that very clear as well. I am spiritual, okay? So that doesn't mean that I don't follow his word. It just means that I'm not a Bible thumper, right? It just means that he's using the chosen to teach the people in the church. Okay, this is real, because they judge, right? They judge, and that's why chosen. We don't even look like we look like. You wouldn't know we were chosen. Okay, I'll say it like that. And that's what God intended, right? He wanted us to be people like you and me. It's people that smoke weed. It's people that drink every day. It's people that's in the world still, right? That are chosen, right? And he did that intentionally, right? So then when we come across church folk, we look different. So they immediately go into judging, right? But what we're teaching is intimacy, and that's intimacy with who you believe in, right? I'm going to say God because that's who I represent, but I'm not here to push a religion or a belief on anyone. I allow people to believe what they want, how they want. I'm just a vessel, and I'm just going to be obedient. You know what I'm saying? But you have to love the higher, something higher than yourself first, right? That teaches you how to love yourself, okay? And it sounds weird, but it's real. Once you sustain and establish a relationship with whoever you believe in, Buddha, God, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you believe in, okay? Once you establish that, then it trickles down to loving yourself. A lot of us are trying to love people or trying to be in these relationships, and we haven't even had a relationship with ourselves. We haven't even learned what it is to love and accept ourselves. So that is the real reason why your relationships aren't working. That is the real reason why maybe you've been with someone, for years and years and years, and it's not progressing. Or maybe you've been, kind of single and kind of been trying to find the right person, and it just hasn't come into fruition, right? God is talking to you. He is trying to bring you closer to him. It's about the intimacy. It's not about judging others or throwing a scripture at somebody. No, it's about how you treat people day to day, every single day when you leave out the house. Okay. It's about how you treat your enemies, right? It's how you um you know what I'm saying, give grace and compassion, right? A lot of us want these things from God, but we don't give them, right? So if you pay attention, you might complain about the dynamic of your relationships. Oh, my kids only call me when they want something. Oh, my daughter, she's so mean to me, or she's so short with me. Reflect, right? Because what you put out is what you get back. You know what I'm saying? So loving yourself allows you to look at self first before you point the finger. You know what I'm saying? It's all about compassion and grace and empathy and love. That's what God cares about when the coffin closes. Okay? He doesn't care about how much money you made, how many likes you got, how many followers you had. He doesn't care about that. Okay? He cares that you understood the assignment and that you completed it. Okay? We are here on borrowed time. That's what y'all need to understand. Our time is not our own, right? We ain't here to be twerking and playing, and there is time for that. There's balance, but we are here to serve. Period. You was here and brought here for a purpose, right? So take the time to understand and find out what that purpose is, right? But most importantly, you must love yourself. Understand your traumas, understand your triggers, understand what you came from, understand your heart. You have to learn how to um, speak back to the enemy. All those criticism, all the naysayers, all the envy, all the verbal and emotional abuse, all of that. I mean, you have to pluck that out, to get to what's underneath, the real you. You know what I'm saying? So it takes time, you guys. It takes work. But that's what we have to be willing to do, the internal work. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I just want to let you guys know it's important to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's so important. Your children need to see you loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think staying around these people and I don't want to break up my home, or I don't want my kids to see a broken home. They're witnessing a broken home when you're being in that toxicity, right? So it's better for them to see you alone and loving yourself and healing than to see their parents together or the family together. Kids are very resilient and kids are smart. They can see. They are closest thing to God next to animals. Okay, so they can see what we cannot. So even when y'all think y'all hiding something, or y'all, no, they can see. They know you're not happy. They can see how you're being treated and how you're treating the other. They can see it all. So the reality is we have to live in our truths. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us are recovering from those traumas, right? And so we're either going to pass that on or we're going to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? The cycle breaks today. Learn to love yourself. Learn to pour all that you pour into others, pour it into yourself. When you get on your knees and you get to praying for your family and praying for that job and praying for that car and praying for that money to come through, pray for yourself. Pray for your heart and your healing and your soul, you guys. This is so important, You're teaching your kids, you're showing your kids can handle it. And sometimes you know, I think people use kids as the crutch. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kid, I understand that's a real thing, right? But I think ultimately people are thinking about how uncomfortable it's going to be, right? Have to get a new place. I have to figure out my finances and how to pay for things on my own when I was paying with two for so long, right? I have to get new furniture, new pots and pans. I have to figure out um, a new area in a school for my kids to go to. You have to completely start over by yourself. That is scary. That is scary. But when you are living in your truth and you are really thinking about something bigger than yourself, okay? Because it's about your children's future and their children's future. It's about generational. Come on now. It's generational, you guys. So you have to think about the moment you're in. You have to think about what you're showing, what you're portraying. Okay? And kids need to see us love ourselves. That's how they know how to recognize it when they grow up and when they go out into the world. I'm noticing people don't even know what love looks like. That makes me so sad. You know what I'm saying? So sad. you know um and so that is the ideal. Love yourself so that when it comes, you know how to recognize it. When it starts to feel iffy in your spirit, you know how to walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the love for yourself that God has for you. You see yourself as God sees you. You have to build that up. You have to take time to self to build that up before you can love someone else. How can you love someone else and take care of someone else if you're not loving and taking care of yourself? How can you be half of someone? Come on, somebody. How can you be half of someone if you are not whole by yourself? You know what I'm saying? We have to do the work. We are here on borrowed time. You are not here for yourself, boo. You are not here to post on Instagram your half naked pictures. You feel me? We are here to complete a purpose. Okay? So I want you guys, this is for men and women. Love yourself. And I'm not just talking about our age, y'all. I'm talking about our moms and our grandmas. They don't know what love is because they came up in such a time where they couldn't stand in their truth. It wasn't allowed, right? But they did. Our parents did. They start leaving the marriages. They start, you know what I'm saying, going against the grain a little bit, right? So they broke some of those curses, but we are chosen to break the rest. Okay, so love yourself, guys. Please love yourself. It is so important. That's how we carry on. What we do in the household is what our children see and what they will repeat. Hence, we get a world of chaos, right? But if we can start at home and love ourselves at home, then our children will see that and they will mimic that. And then we will have a changed world, right? So love God, love self, and then man. And in that order, it is important. God is a man of order, okay? Um, I didn't know what love was either. Okay. I didn't know what love was either until God sent me an angel. God sent me an angel, and that angel changed my life forever, forever. Um, and that's what God does. But the thing is, you have to be awake and alert so that you know when it's coming, so that you know how to recognize it when it's there, so you don't ignore the signs, so you don't self-sabotage or push it away. You at least, whatever the outcome, at least you know what it is. So I love all of you. I love everybody. I do. I love everybody, you guys, and I want everybody to learn self-love. You see this glow? Come on, Jesus. That's called God. That's called Rihanna loves Rihanna. That's what that's called. Okay? So please, you guys, take heed to this word. You know what I'm saying? Love yourselves. Love on yourself. Speak to yourself. Speak back to the enemy. For every negative thought that comes in about self, kill it with a positive thought. Speak back. Speak goodness into yourself. Speak life into yourself. Pamper yourself. Take yourself out. It's important, you guys. That's what God wants from us. And that's how we start a new thing. It's a new day, and He's doing something very, very new. So, thank you guys for checking me out. Thank you for kicking it with me for a second. And just remember, never, ever, ever stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming. And I love you.